If it's one thing we learned from the PNB Rock situation is to keep your location off social media. Hell, a lot of people don't learn because look at what happened to Julio Fulio. He was out celebrating his birthday and boom, bang, he went on social media. He said, "This is where I'm going to be at." But it turned out that somebody snaked him and gave his location. But he was also able to be followed because, he dropped the Addy. Same thing with Pop Smoke. Anyways, on Wednesday, August 7th, Freddie Trone, who is the father of the 17-year-old who shot and killed PNB Rock in 2022, he was found guilty of 1 count of murder. He was found guilty of 2 counts of robbery, and he was found guilty of 1 count of conspiracy to commit robbery. That's the father. Jury deliberation took nearly 4 hours before they returned with a guilty verdict. Oh, you're going to prison. Only 4 hours? I've seen the jury deliberate for days. Now, PNB Rock, who was born Rakim Hashim Allen, he was killed while he was eating with his family when the 17-year-old walked into Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles and attempted to rob him of his jewelry. The son of Throne, now 19 years old, he was charged alongside his father with murder, but he was later deemed not competent to stand trial, and he is currently in custody at a juvenile facility. You know what? I'm starting to think out that side of the country, if you're a teenager, it's easy to commit murder and get away with it. And I say that because look at what happened to Pop Smoke's killer, the one that actually pulled the trigger. He's out, moving around freely, living his life, doing interviews on No Jumper, saying he has no remorse. It is what it is. People die every day. It wasn't supposed to go like that, but it did. Oh well, moving on. No remorse whatsoever. You would think for a life, they would have given him some years behind bars, right? Pop Smoke is gone forever, young, promising, intelligent, business-minded, a go-getter, and this little, I don't even know what word to call him, but he looks like the type that will be back in prison sometime soon, or probably even dead out on these streets. I hate to say it, but he looked like a crash-out dummy. But back to this right here. They deemed this young 17-year-old at the time of the murder, now 19 years old, the dude that killed PNB Rock, the one who actually pulled the trigger. They said he was trying to take the Rolex off of his hand. He had a bust-down rollie on. And he was like, "Give me the watch." And PNB Rock either was resisting or he was having difficulties taking it off his hand. And he struggled for a minute with the watch and pulled the trigger and shot him. Now, the system is saying that this young man is not competent to stand trial. I guess he has mental issues, but that makes this even deeper because his father, who takes care of him and is with a woman who is not his mother, he got a stepmama, makes me kind of wonder, is this a crack baby? Was his mother on drugs when she had him? He's from a rough family and a rough life and a rough community. What's wrong with him? Why he is not able to stand trial and stand up for his responsibilities? Also, though, talk about taking advantage of the weak. His daddy probably knew all along. They probably get an SSI check for him. And his daddy probably knew all along that his son is just basically under his command, does what he says, easily influenced by him, eager to please him, and is easily led astray because he is not that bright. So he uses him to do things like this. There's some older guys out there who are criminals who will use younger guys in situations where a crime needs to be committed, especially a murder, because they know that young person more than likely won't be tried as an adult. Now, over the years, that's changed, and they've tried a lot of young people as adults, right? But a lot of the times they do get away with it also. Now, as for the father, Freddie Trone, he denies his involvement during the trial. He said, I wasn't there, it wasn't me. While on the stand, though, he said that he never encouraged his son to go in there and rob and kill PNB Rock. I never had nothing to do with that, he said. While he was testifying, I wasn't even there. I didn't tell nobody to do nothing. I didn't hand nobody no gun. Later on the stand, Throne labeled the crime as heinous, and he said that his son is dangerous. He turned completely against his son. Heinous, and the crime is heinous, and my son is dangerous. Oh my God. You would throw your own son under the bus for your freedom. This to show you how he used this young man, knowing this young man didn't even have the mental capacity. If you see, he has been in juvenile. They've been running tests on him by specialists who have said he is not competent to stand trial because he doesn't have all the wherewithal intellectually to understand fully what the hell is taking place. You see how his daddy used him? An old criminal. Video footage actually caught Throne inside the parking lot 30 minutes before the murder. So him getting on the stand and saying, I was not there. Well, sir, we have you on video in the parking lot 30 minutes prior to the murder and chilling out there for a while. He revealed during his testimony that he was only in that area because he was looking to get business for his local shop. Another man that was involved in the incident, Tremont Jones, he wasn't charged with murder, but he was found guilty of 2 counts of robbery and 1 count of conspiracy. The lawyer for Jones, David Haas, says he plans to appeal. There was no evidence produced that he committed the murder. Throne's lawyer, Winston McKeeson, said, following the verdict, there's no evidence there was a conversation about murder, no evidence there was a conversation about a gun, but no evidence. No evidence he had a gun, no evidence he committed a murder, only a conversation about it. McKesson further stated, which is his attorney, said there's no evidence he gave his son a gun, and there is no evidence that he told his son to shoot that guy. The only evidence the juror found is that he dropped him off at the location and he picked him up after the murder. He plans to file a motion for a new trial, indicating that the legal proceedings are far from over. Nah, he knew exactly what the hell he was doing. And right now they're saying, look, it's better for one of us to go than for 2 of us to go. So you, since they got you already inside the store, you go ahead and take the fall, man. They saw you with the gun on video. You pulled the trigger. Your DNA matches, whatever. Take the fall. Plus, they already said that you not competent to stand trial and you in a juvenile facility. Don't send your daddy to prison, right? But I think the daddy knew exactly what the hell he was doing. He sent his little crash out dummy. They parked in the parking lot. They staked out. They watched PNB Rock. He sent them in there. He says, I'm going to spin the block. By the time I come back, you boom, go in, get it, come out. I'll pick you up and skirps. We're going to roll up out of here. And he did just that. He sent them inside. He rolled around the block. By the time he came back, murder had been committed. His son jumps in the car and they take off. And that's how they were caught. Listen, may PNB Rock's soul rest in peace. May true justice be served. And we'll see where this goes. Will they get a life sentence or what? We don't know, but we will see. All we know so far is that they have been found guilty. The father has been found guilty. The son has been deemed not eligible to stand trial because he doesn't have the mental wherewithal. I think they say he's 19 years old, but he is functioning like a 12 or 11-year-old, something like that. And then there was another guy that was involved who did not get murder charges, but he was charged with robbery, 2 counts of robbery, and he was charged with conspiracy to murder. So we'll see what sentence is handed down as we follow this case. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this video. PNB Rock was worth a couple of $1 million when he passed away, which is sad. The dude was about his business, and he was about his family, and he was about building himself up and doing great things with his life. And his life was taken away by a bunch of people who had nothing better going on for themselves. Again, we see this all the time. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Y'all already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.